the happiness of the activation, the techniques in the horoscopes. Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. My intro must have confused you a little bit, but what I was trying to convey is that if very good things are happening in your life and you're slated for good things coming forward in your future too, then you are bound to get overexcited. And that may happen when the zodiac is giving you an opportunity by basis of your dasha, your antardasha, certain transits being very good to you, and you are being able to get the fruits of not only the dasha and the antardasha but also the transits, coupled with your actions that you have taken to be able to get the best results from that period. Sometimes we may not be able to get the best results from even a certain period, dasha, antardasha or transit. And so what happens, especially when the time has gone by, when the time is not upon us, the so-called good time is not upon us, we feel, oh, this dasha is also gone, this antardasha is also gone, this transit has also passed and I have not got good results. You will be able to see a number of videos on YouTube, especially who will be saying, this transit is happening, so this will be very good for you, wealth will be coming to you, you'll go to foreign lands, all those kinds of videos are there. For every transit, even for a moon transit of 2-3 days, they will say this will happen, that will happen, and so on. So, but do all those things really happen in our lives? Now, one of the reasons sometimes, forget the dasha or antardasha, even the transits don't give us results, then what about those periods when we are not expecting certain things to be activated or certain good results coming to us? Especially, for example, do we really look forward to a great career, a great time in a career, great growth, great results when the dasha or the antardasha of the 10th house is not on, or the karaka for careers, Saturn is not on, or a good transit is not transiting over the 10th house or the 10th lord, or in any way establishing a relationship with the 10th house of career, or say even 6th house of service. Then we get a little frustrated and anxious because we don't know where the results will be coming by, especially if our career is stagnated or if you are, say for example, out of job. So here there is a certain technique called the activation technique, which is a very good action that you can take to activate those areas which have been stagnant for a long time and you're not getting good results out of these houses. Whether it is concerned to your career, whether it is concerned to your business, whether it is connected to your investments or your romantic life or your marital relationship, or connected to going to foreign lands, connected to education, whichever area of your life has been stagnant for a long period of time and you're not been able to get results, then one activity that you can do is to activate that particular house, activate that particular area so that you may get good results out of it. However, before we get into activation techniques, let me tell you that I have done a very lengthy video on activation techniques. I'll try and give you the link in the comments section below. However, this video I'm doing to bring you a more holistic perspective of where the activation technique will not work and how and where it may be able to work. So you can say this is more like a carry forward, added information that I'm giving to you based on the earlier video which I've done on the activation technique. So today first, where will the activation technique work and where it will not work? So in certain areas of your life, if you have not been true to that area, if you have not been somebody who is honest to that area, if you have not shown the moral compass, you have not shown the moral integrity, you have not shown an honest approach to that area of your life, then however hard you may try, the activation technique will not bring good results to you, will not bear fruits to you. So first and foremost, you may have some carry forward karma which may be giving you some good results in life. However, you can't base your life on the carry forward karma. You need to do actions in this life which is good, which is honest, which is based on integrity, which is based on good intention and hard work, coupled with the good karma that you're doing in this life to be able to get good results. And so if you're not doing that, If your karma in this life is not appropriate, you have not been honest, you are not somebody who acts out of integrity, you don't mean well for others, you work out of your own aspirations, own greed, own needs, but you don't care about others, you use or misuse people, or you are very manipulative in your way of working, what is good for you, what will be serving you, you don't care what serves others or not, you use people to your advantage and you discard them when you don't need them, then there is going to be a challenge, whichever area of life you want to talk about. So if in your workspace you have colleagues who you regularly use and misuse them or manipulate them to your advantage, and then when your career is stagnant or it is not growing or you are out of your job, then why would you be able to get good results out of your service? Because generally when you have been in service, you have been somebody who has been very manipulative, who have been very tactful, who have been very, very diabolical in your means. Secondly, if you are somebody who usually doesn't enjoy growth, growth comes from when our supervisors appreciate our work, they feel that we are a competent person and we are an asset to the organization, asset to the department, and you are somebody who is very committed, very loyal, then they push their case. But if you have been very manipulative, you have been somebody who fudges data, who is not committed to or loyal to your bosses, then why would they push your case? So even then, if you are trying to activate that area through which your bosses can be good to you or they can be standing in support of you, then you may not be able to get good results from them. So it is critical when you're looking at any area of your life where you are expecting to get good results or you want good results to come from that area, you need to be somebody who has acted out of integrity in that area. Say for example, if you are somebody who has worked in an HR organization and you are somebody who gets in touch with the so-called probable people who may join your organization, and you contact somebody and you ask the person that how soon can you join the job? If given the offer, that person says, sir, I am jobless, sir. You call me today, I'll come and join tomorrow. So you say, okay. So he says, sir, then sir, are you giving me the job? You say, no. We are just exploring right now. I'll come back to you. Then after 2 months, you go back to him and say, look here, will you be ready to lessen your salary by 10% from your last salary? That person says, yes, sir, I'm ready, sir, even for less 10%. I'm ready for the job, sir. Are you giving me a job, sir? No, we are just exploring. Then you come back a third time and you say, can you move from your country to another country and work for us? Can you be flexible? Can you be somebody who will be ready to work long hours? Then the person says, yes, sir, I'm ready to do that, sir. I'm jobless. Please give me the job, sir. You say, no, I'm just exploring. Then you are unnecessarily giving hopes to somebody where you have no intention to do anything. You are just playing with somebody's feelings. You are just giving hopes to a person who has been jobless, poor guy, and the person has no option, and you keep raising the person's hopes only to dash them. And for months together, you have been using or misusing people. If you do that, tomorrow, for some reason, you get out of job, your job is stagnant, or you don't have a growth, or you are jobless, and you want to activate your 6th house or your 10th house of career, where you have misused your power, your authority, your situation, then what will happen to you? So if you are doing this, then this activation technique is not for you, unless you completely change your ways, completely change the mannerism in which you approach life. You are good to people, you have good intentions, you have no intention of betraying people, misusing people, manipulating people. So let's get to the bottom of, so that was very important, because people will say, I'm using this activation techniques, Irfan, nothing is happening, please give me something which will work. So gemstones will not activate certain areas of your life to give you fantastic results. Gemstones may activate maximum 5 to 10%, and usually they activate the negative tendencies also. You may gain from one area, you may lose on the other area. So gemstones are dangerous unless you're absolutely sure. You should wear gemstones, especially if you are not very sure, if you are not very clear, 99% of the time gemstones should be avoided. Same thing when you are chanting mantras. Mantras do only so much, maybe 5 or 10% benefit you may get out of them, but generally they work more as a placebo effect rather than giving you actual on the ground any successes. So this is very important. What works most is where you are donating in that cause, serving in that cause, doing something for that cause, standing up for that cause, and acting in that area. So For example, if you are jobless and you want to activate getting a job, then you need to activate the 5th house of change in career, because your current status is you are jobless. 5th house of the 8th to the 10th house, so you need to activate the 5th house, and you need to activate the 10th house, as well as you need to activate Saturn. I'm giving you 3 strong things. If you do, then there is a higher chance you may get the job. So it is like this: if you want to become an actor, if you're good looking, you are talented, and you know important people, powerful people in the industry, in the film industry, then you have a higher chance of success rather than a lower chance. Otherwise, there are a lot of people who are maybe very good looking, or there may be a lot of people who are very, very talented, or there may be a lot of people who are also very close to the powers in the industry, but they may not be talented or they may not be good looking enough. Now this becomes easier, especially for example for Cancer people or for Capricorn people, because their 5th house lord and the 10th house lord is the same. So if you're doing something in the line of that particular planet, then you are activating both the houses, the 5th and the 10th, as well as the Saturn house, for example. And if you're doing something to activate the 5th and the 10th house, what can you do to activate the 5th house? One, you can do good in the causes of the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of children, donating to orphanages, or sponsoring a child's education, or going to an orphanage and spending time there, playing with the children, teaching them certain things, or on your off days or on a Sunday, going and doing some teaching there, maybe taking some English classes, whatever you can do, or playing with them, teaching some art. If you are somebody who is very good in music, going and teaching them how to play some music. All of these will activate your 5th house. Then how to activate the 10th house? The 10th house is also the house of discipline. Day-to-day discipline, day-to-day kriyaman karma. So if you are leading a very disciplined life on a day-to-day, then you not only activate the 10th house, but also your Saturn, because Saturn is also the planet of discipline. Saturn is also the planet of organized, structured effort. So in your home, even if you are jobless, getting up on time, getting up early, almost as if you are going to work, and cleaning up the house, first thing doing up your bed, leading your life almost to the every hour to hour, which means being very, very disciplined when you are getting up, exercising regularly. Because if you're exercising, you're keeping your hormones also up, you're also keeping the optimism up, you will also feel good about it. Not lying in bed, not pitying your situation, activating those. On the other hand, if you're stagnant in your work, you want to activate, especially if you don't have good relationships with your bosses generally, then if you want to activate in some manner that you should have from now on good relations with the boss, then activating the 6th house, because the 6th house is also the house of serving others. We serve the bosses, and through the bosses serve the organization. Activating the 6th house of serving, and Sun, which denotes power and authority. And if you are able to do something in those lines, in that direction, then too you may be able to activate the better relations with your boss, because of which your boss may also be more conducive to pushing your case and being more optimistic towards you, and also being more helpful further your career. Then if you are not having good relations, or for example you have many planets in the 7th house, or you have, say for example, Rahu in the 7th house, then your expectations from your would-be or your partner will be very high. You are looking at the partner in a certain spectrum with certain spectacles. And so what happens many times, you may go through a number of relationships because the relationships are not serving you, or the relationships are breaking, especially if you have not treated the 7th house well. For example, if you have cheated your partner, or you have not been true to your partner, it is not like acknowledging, yes, I was cheating after you're caught. We may be in a situation, in a bad relationship, we may be in a bad marriage. So the first thing to do is to let the partner know that, see, distance is being created between you and me, we need to work on it. But if the partner is completely not ready to work on the relationship, and you are finding yourself getting attracted outside, then take a stock of the situation, whether you really want to be with your partner or not. You can't be sailing in the two boats and saying, I will not tell my partner right now, I will try out this relationship. If it works, then I'll tell this person. Or you are trying to juggle between two people. Is this person good for me, or is this person good for me? Okay, let me put this person on hold while I try out this relationship. If this works for me, then I will say goodbye to this person. But if this is not working out, this is creating some challenges for me. Every time for solace, I'll go back to that person, spend time with that person, get my confidence up, then again go back and keep trying with the first person. If you're doing that, then you're cheating in the relationship. Then establishing a stable relationships, establishing a strong grihastha ashrama will not work for you. Activating those houses may also not work for you. Later on, even when you want to be in a stable relationship will not come to you because you spoil those houses, you spoil the denotation of the 7th house. But if you've been true and you're still stagnant, then what should you do? You should then activate both the 7th house and you should activate the 5th house. Especially if you want to be with somebody in a loving and caring relationship. So treating Venus well, I've already done a video on how you can get the best quality of life through your Venus also. So treating the opposite gender well, grooming yourself well, keeping your house very clean, respecting the opposite gender, donating to the causes of the girl child, especially the girl child. For women, donating to old age homes, donating to institutions of education where people seek education, sponsoring the education of somebody will be very good for you. Especially if you want to activate Mars, for example, then donating blood is one of the best ways that you can activate your Mars, especially if Mars is ruling the 7th house or your 4th house or your 10th house and you want to activate those areas. To activate Mercury, you need to donate to the causes of children or to the sick, or a charitable hospital or a charitable medical institute also, and serve animals, especially those animals which are stray animals or in some trouble or they don't have homes. Donating to those causes, going to a animal welfare center, giving them time, giving them some attention will also be helpful to activate your Mercury. To activate your Saturn, donate to the poorest of the poor. Donate instruments or tools to those people who are working on some competency connected to tools, for example plumbers, for example those people who are carpenters, those people who are fitters who use certain tools to do certain things in a manufacturing industries, for example, or donating tools to an electrician who comes to your house and repairs things. To activate moon and to strengthen your moon, for example, having good relationship with your mother, just like you need to have good relations with the father to activate the sun, or to have good relations with the supervisors to activate the sun better. And to strengthen the moon, donating to hospitals is one area, donating to those institutes which take care of the mental health of people, or for depression oriented institutes, or those people who take care of the suicide watch. So anything connected to mother, nurturing, caring, suicide watch or the mental cases will be helpful to strengthen the moon. To strengthen Rahu, you need to have a more simplistic life, lead a more frugal life rather than the expansive life that Rahu pushes you towards, moves you towards. And to activate Ketu strongly, lead a more active life. Sometimes Ketu can make you more lackadaisical, may make you with less energy. So be very active, always keep yourself busy. If you have nothing else to do, read a book, a good book, not Mills and Bones or watch some serials on or soaps on the Netflix. Don't do that. Use your time positively, use your time in such a manner that you are investing your time in something which may be productive for you later. To activate good health, activate your 6th house and the 8th house. With 8th house, you help those people who are going through challenges, problems, obstructions because of which they are not able to do something about their lives. For example, those people who have become homeless to sudden challenges. Floods has come, earthquake has happened and people have lost their homes. People have lost all their livelihood. People are maybe in hospital because of a sudden emergency. They don't have money for medicines. They don't have money for surgeries. If you want to travel abroad, activating the 9th house and the 12th house. 12th house is donating to NGOs, giving for spiritual causes, spending time in a spiritual institute, meditating alone, spending time alone, but in some creative purposes. Adding value to yourself through some educational qualifications, getting some good certifications done because of which you are adding value to your 9th house and activating your 12th house more positively. In short, looking at which houses you want to activate, which is the Karaka of that house, which is the planet which is associated with the house either by being the Karaka or the ruler of the house, all of these together, while having a very clear mindset, positive mindset, not having a bad karma, not carrying negative baggage, then you will be able to activate those houses better and to your advantage. And lastly, one remedy which can be something which is an overall good energy for you to be activating a number of houses, which is to feed the poor. Try and feed the poor regularly, especially the children, women and the old people. If you are able to feed children and old people and women, or for example women who work as laborers, in India you find number of women who work as laborers. If you are able to give some money to them, some food to them, and if you are able to look at these three people, children, women and old people can be men as well as women, then you will find to a large extent you will keep activating good areas of your house, good areas of your life, the positive areas of your life, and to be able to push growth coming to you, better results coming to you, even material results coming to you. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.